Buzz Lightyear mission log, stardate 3901. After a full year of being marooned, our first hyperspeed test flight is a go.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
You were narrating again.
I was not. Just doing the mission log.
You do know no one ever listens to those.
I know that. Narrating helps me focus.
Ready, Captain Lightyear?
Ready as I'll ever be, Commander Hawthorne.
This is exciting. A new adventure.
I'm gonna grant you 4 minutes to be off planet, but then you come right back to us. To infinity.
And beyond.
You are clear for hyperlaunch. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Buzz, that was utterly terrifying, and I regret having joined you.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Why don't they answer? Hey! Shh!
The robots.
The what? What is happening right now? Alicia?
Oh, no. That's my grandmother.
But, Socks, how long were we gone?
Meow, 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 meow. 62 years, 7 months, and 5 days.
What?
I hope you're ready for action, because all we needed was a pilot
For what?
to destroy the alien ship. I have a plan, and I have a team. Darby can take any 3 things and make them explode.
I do this, and they shave a little time off my sentence.
Okay. And what about you?
Well, I thought this was going to be like a fun boot camp workout thing. But it is not. Did I get it?
Pretty close!
I need the... Anyone seen the harpoons?
Buzz, Lightyear! The probability of survival with an inexperienced crew is 38.2%.
Seems a bit low.
Mission failure imminent. In 3. Grandma always said she believed in you. 2. 1.
There was a big swirly do. Oh, I think I need a bag.
No.
Please record your last words.
Do not vomit inside the vehicle. Do not vomit inside the vehicle.
If you are satisfied with this recording, speak or select 1.
To infinity.
Are you trying to get me to pull your finger?
Don't fall for it.
No, not like that. Sorry, it's a thing your grandma and I used to do.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the periodic table of awesome. Someone pull my finger.
No,
Nope.
here.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Ew.
Always good to start with a fart joke. And raises the level
Boring
of-
start, guys.
I love it for the look on Peter's face of like, what the fuck am I doing here?
No, not at all. We're just going to hand this straight over to Peter. Peter's doing the intro today, so take it
Yeah.
away, Peter.
That is not. You just did it. It's done. Hi, I'm
We can
Peter.
take it back. Press
Hello,
1 if you
Peter.
would like to keep that intro, or press 2 to re-record the intro.
Thank you, Ivan.
Are you now going to do flatulence-based intros until I do an intro?
Great content, as always.
I just love that you went straight to the Mario theme too.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're talking like, I think I've just got too many Chris's on the brain. at the
Oh,
moment.
so much
Yeah.
Chris.
I've got a Chris on the brain.
Ah!
Hi, it's even sitting on your head. Who are you and what is that on your head?
This is my Mightiest Avenger hat that I got from the premiere last night.
Oh, just rubbing that one in. Okay, fair enough then. Great.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not feeling at all touchy about that at all.
Yeah, I'm a little early to this review, so I'll
Yeah.
just get rid of that.
Yeah. No,
So
no,
that's for
good.
next time.
I saw you
No, we-
actually drinking from Thor's cup. So,
No, what?
well,
Is that a euphemism for something?
well, I haven't seen the movie. It might
I've
be.
got my little.
Oh, it's a literal drinking. Okay, right. Sorry about that. I got this. Yeah.
You haven't got
We
my
look
fart
forward
noises,
to
Jesus.
your thoughts, Jill.
Well, our
Is there
thoughts
anything?
soon.
Well, no. I just Jill so far is the only one that's seen it. So give us a
Sure.
little bit of a tease.
Yeah. Ooh.
What do you think? What do you like? This is. We're talking about Lightyear. We're talking about Chip and Dale. Yes, we'll get there in a minute. But fuck all that stuff. Tell us about Thor.
I'm rating it a preemptive 79% awesome. Unfortunately, Ragnarok is still my favorite.
Ooh.
Didn't quite get there.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a
It
lot to discuss
Had
then.
a lot of fun and interesting moments, but maybe not enough to carry a plot.
Well, them's Tyken words. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, that is very
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, look,
They
hey,
flexed on Little Bay very hard.
Okay.
where they shot it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Featured
all right.
heavily.
Heavily. Right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about that. What are we talking about
No.
tonight?
No, we're talking about my other favorite Chris.
How many favorite Chris's do you have?
Just two.
Oh, okay.
You mean
Just the thirst trap ones.
Oh, right.
you mean Chris Mulaney?
Chris Pratt.
Oh no.
No, not that one.
Sorry, that's the worst Chris. My
That is the
apologies.
worst Chris.
Oh well, stop having a go at him. He's
Why?
fine.
That's an interesting choice. I've heard it back on that one.
Well,
Like-
I'm trying to be all things to all people. Well, actually, no. Peter, what's your favorite Chris? I didn't say who. I just said what. What is your favorite Chris?
What?
I think that's a fair question.
Yeah.
I feel
Just
like
no answer,
everybody is
though.
on board with the fact that Chris Evans is Chris number 1, and then you count down from there.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And count down from there to how many? Just forever? Like pi? It just keeps going. I don't really
Yes.
like that that guy I met once in 93 called Chris. Didn't like him.
Yeah. He's Chris 3.1572929154.
Cool.
Yeah. All of the pie Chris's. Yes. We're talking about Lightyear.
Yes,
That's what we're talking about. Yes.
And then we're
Then
talking about
which Chris does
Christendale
that-
Rescue Rangers.
Christendale.
Christendale. Yes. Good one in there
yes.
from Doc Forrest. So Chris Christopherson, he's higher on
Oh.
the list. It's not very
Oh.
low down. Chris Christopherson is quite high.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Blade and Blade 2, if memory serves. That's when he was at his best.
But everyone seems to discredit Chris Cross, and I'll stand for that.
I was gonna say
They make me
Chris-
jump.
Cross will make you.
Does the Daddy Mac make you?
No, I'm not very fan. I'm not a big fan of Daddy Mac.
Oh, okay, right. Well, okay.
Much
Then
more
we'll stick
down
with
to-
Chris Cross.
Okay,
Okay,
we've
while
gone
we get
severely
completely
off
fucking
track.
distracted, why are we talking about this? We're talking about Lightyear. When did we see Lightyear? Was it-
Light years
Last
ago.
week. Last week?
No, the
2
week
weeks ago.
before. 2 weeks ago. Last week we were talking about
Feels like
Jurassic
some
World.
time.
The 14th, which is almost 2 weeks ago, we
Oh,
saw
Jesus Christ.
Lightyear. And then Lightyear came out on the 16th, and now it's the 28th. And that's enough math for me forever.
Yes. I may have gone back and rewatched Lightyear again last night. So it's a little bit more
Oh.
fresh in my mind than, we were all talking about. And yes,
Nice.
nice haircut, Jill. You're looking
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. The chat's been saying it, but I think it's very
Yes,
important.
no, I've acknowledged the chat. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, I needed to feel cute again, and I think I did it.
Congratulations. Tick. So yes, we're talking about Lightyear, which is how would you describe Lightyear in terms of what it is to the other Pixar Toy Story films?
Yeah.
Toy Story adjacent?
I thought your job was to do the synopsis, Quinny.
Oh, I can do an official synopsis if you want, but I kind of wanted everybody to kind of give their spin on what Lightyear is to the Toy Story franchise.
It's supposed to be what spawned the toy that Andy got, but it doesn't really seem like a kid's film that Andy would have watched.
And that immediately brings me to my main disappointment about this film. Like the caption at the beginning that says, in 1995,
Yes.
Andy got a toy for Christmas, and this is the film that inspired the toy. I was
Yeah.
like, great, we're going to get a film that looks like it was made in the 90s.
Yeah. It's going to have 90s sensibilities and it's going to be all like,
I feel like they really missed a trick, making
Yes.
it look a little bit like a kid's film that you would have watched in 1995.
abso-fucking-lutely.
But you know what it also made me question? Is the film animated for Andy, or is it human people for Andy? That made you think, didn't it?
And at what point was this written by the Google AI Singularity event that happened?
Oh.
I think it's human people for Andy because
I
in
think so, yeah.
1995, 3D animation was not quite that schmick.
What are
But
you
Andy
talking
was
about?
3D animated.
But like this
Yeah.
is they've advanced.
They had a
They've
lamp,
advanced the look at it of it a fair bit.
a ball, and a lamp.
Yeah.
There's not much difference between the ball on the lamp and what we saw on screen with Lightyear.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on. Okay, so what is Lightyear about? Do you have some music, Dion?
Sure. Wait, hang on. Let me just make sure I'm pressing the right button. There we go. Good. There we go. Something to remind you of the 90s.
Aww. You are a toy! No. Legendary Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear embarks on an intergalactic adventure alongside ambitious recruits Izzy, Mo, Darby, and his robot companion Socks. As this motley crew tackles their toughest mission yet, they must learn together to work as a team to escape the evil Zurg and his beautiful robot army that are never far behind. They're also not toys.
It's a very Northwest New York accent.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was just like, yeah, wow, blah, much. I couldn't remember what, like, it was maybe trying to get somewhere towards Woody?
Well, I mean, I think this film
it was nowhere near it, but you know.
This film just had a distinct lack of Woody. But
I had Woody. I got to sit there for 90 minutes and hear my favorite Chris just talk.
Didn't have to be distracted by any of that face or anything like that.
No, that's all in the hindbrain. Like, I can put the two of those together. I don't need to see one to have the other.
You women are amazing.
The chat is still giving us good Chris's.
I love that there was like literally like 30 Chris's that have come up instead of Chris Pratt. There's plenty. Christopher Lee,
Christopher Lloyd,
Christopher Walken,
Chris O'Dowd,
Chris Christopherson. It's like, fuck, okay, fine. Jeez.
Yeah. So there's a very long list before you get to the Pratt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got a bit bad for him, guys. Let's move on.
I'm really enjoying this podcast of pratfalls.
Oh, fuck. Oh. So yeah, this is as you said, the film is bookended by saying this is the film that Andy watched in 1995, and yeah, I think the concept of Andy, who is the animated child that we saw in the Toy Story films, going and watching a movie and loving it so much that he wanted a toy is a cool concept. This is not the film that Andy watched in 1995. No. That is patently fucking stupid, and I wouldn't have even put that on the front of the film because
that is not a movie that spawns a toy line.
No, well, I don't know, because it did feel very toyific to me.
If I was a 7-year-old kid just going to take a stab at Andy's age in 95, I probably wouldn't be watching such an adult space drama. I might be watching something with a little bit more pew pew and
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure the existential dread of a astronaut trying to make up for the past mistakes and reconcile with themselves in the future and also understand life lessons is probably not what someone in the 90s was going to get.
No.
We got other
five-year-old Andy is not going to get the deep underlying meanings.
Yeah. Everyone watched Toy Story in the 90s and went, wow, there were two jokes in there for adults. Amazing film. Groundbreaking. Can't believe that I was an adult and went to see a cartoon animated like film and had to laugh twice.
Now, 30-something odd years later, this is like, I don't actually mind it as a sci-fi story at all.
Look, that's where my criticism ends for this movie, in the believability of it being a film that Andy saw as a child. Everything else about it, I really enjoyed.
It's fun and it's intelligent, and it has some interesting things to say here and there. And I see Dion going, oh, I don't know about that.
It's emotionally intelligent in that it teaches you like a moral at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, one of the things that I didn't really understand about it was like, but why? Like, we've made this film called Lightyear about like, so you can understand the origins of Buzz Lightyear. And I'm like, but you've done that. You did that in a cartoon.
It's not so that you can understand the origins of Buzz Lightyear. It's so that we can have another Pixar Toy Story based film.
But it's not even Toy Story based. Like this, isn't even Toy Story based. Like, there's no reference to Toy Story whatsoever.
No, there is, because he says all of the lines that
Yeah.
that are in his buns, and they're all very satisfying when you hear them.
Yes, they are.
Say the line! Say the line, damn it! I didn't do it.
And also a few other lines that he says, you know, that indicate that the Buzz Lightyear toy is still kind of the Buzz Lightyear person. You know, his reactions to certain things and everything. So it's like the toy is a simplified version of the Buzz Lightyear character from this film. It's fucking confusing though. The more you think about it and you go, hang on, is the toy its own person?
Sorry, I did like that in the chat. Amy's like, yes, remember that iconic catchphrase? Ugh, autopilots. Again, you know, no need. Where was Socks in the original Toy Story? He's ever-loving
that
companion.
is a marketing toy.
Yeah, and also super unbelievable that there were not Socks toys all over the Toy Stories movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
that
also,
to me is the biggest plot hole in this thing. That, like, you know, okay, Buzz Lightyear, cool. There are multiple characters. Why was there only Buzz Lightyear released, and why weren't all the other characters released?
This is
as
just
toys?
a marketing.
Okay, I can forgive all of that.
This is a marketing Ouroboros. It's the snake eating its own tail. It's like, what was popular? You know, Toy Story. What was in there? Well, there's Lightyear. Maybe we can make Lightyear. We can make something about a fake brand within a toy movie that becomes a brand because it's from a movie. We're just making it ourselves. We've got all the way around, and we're now eating our own ass.
Oh,
And that's
it's
it.
a human centipede of one.
I mean, we're taking this kids' film extravaganza tonight that we're doing. We're taking it to great places.
It's a
Is it a
Put
kid's
that
film?
on a
It's a
t-shirt.
franchise centipede. I like that metaphor there, Jill. I like the human centipede metaphor, but it's more of a franchise centipede.
Yeah.
Like, you know, something that was created in the mind of an advertising executive to sell more toys. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Fuck, I collected He-Man toys. That was just an excuse to make toys.
Yeah.
Like, sell plastic crack to kids. And I still have an
Yeah,
addiction.
it's
and
not
I'll
a new
admit it.
concept.
No,
God, no.
absolutely not. At least they did it in a fun way. I mean, I had a good time in the film. It was fun.
I think one of my favorite parts about this whole thing was the pitch meeting, which has one of those beautiful moments, and I'll let you go and find the pitch meeting, but there is a bit where it's like, what if it's this, this, and this? Oh, big stretch, buddy. Is there a dog in the room? Nope.
Yes, I mean, but like, I think it succeeded. Like, I can't say that I watched Lightyear and did anything other than, oh wow, this is for the people who are just a little bit too young for Top Gun. Like, I'm just sitting there going, oh, they're definitely going to get people to join the Space Rangers now. And then when they get a bit older, they're going to watch Top Gun and be like, I want to join the Navy. And then the military industrial complex eats more children.
Congratulations for making that a lot darker than I expected.
Welcome,
I
Jeff.
think it's successful enough as a fun science fiction kind of thing, but the thing is, it is very definitely aimed at you know, the 30-something to whatever market.
Oh, I would have said it's a kids movie. Like, I found some of the themes a little bit junior.
Well, yes, but then at the same time, like you call.
I mean, any adult can watch a Pixar movie and find things to like about it, but this one just felt particularly targeted to younger audiences.
Except it got
Whereas
banned in 14 countries.
Yeah, well, that's homophobia is a whole thing on its own.
Don't worry, it'll be banned this time next year in USA.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
You're really bringing the mood down tonight, Leon. Jesus Christ.
Can anyone
We're
tell
just trying to have a nice time.
Can anyone tell I'm just covering my anger with comedy? So angry, but if I smile, it's fine.
I mean, you have a huge range when it comes to Pixar films. You've got ones that are more, you know, thought-provoking, like Inside Out, where like adult audiences can relate to that quite well, but it does have a message for younger kids. for me, this one felt more on the younger side, where it was like maybe this is a kids movie that the adults are going to get a little bit from. I don't know.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
I think you're right, but then the core concept of it, and I don't really know how to talk about this without being spoilery. But
Should I increase the logo size?
yeah, maybe. There
you go.
Okay. The core idea that, this is about a person traveling through or losing their time and, traveling forward in time every time they do one of these jumps to the point where they have wasted their entire life doing that and then are then trying to claw back their own time is so adult. Like, that's the kind of concept that adults think about and go, I'm wasting my life. I am spending my life doing a thing that is meant to try and make things better for everybody else, but it's not. That's some fucking hardcore adult angst bullshit.
Yeah, okay. I didn't pick that up on the first watch.
For
me, I was like more hung up on his attitude of always wanting to try to fix things, not the secondary element of it.
And I mean, I did watch it again last night, so I kind of have that thing of knowing who the characters are and knowing any twists and everything, so being able to kind of see it through a different lens, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about who Zurg is, which also completely undermines Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Which is just like, come on.
I mean, Toy Story 2's been out for a little while. So in Toy Story 2, at least we can say that Zurg is Buzz Lightyear's dad.
Yeah.
Which Toy Story 2. And then this goes around a different kind of way. But I won't get to
What
that
if it's like a Back to the Future thing and he is his own father?
Oh.
Again, another Ouroboros.
Yeah.
The snake impregnating its own tail.
Ew.
So yeah, I don't know. To me, it just felt like there were certain thematic ideas throughout it that felt quite adult. And then, yes, you're right. It is still aimed at kids, and it's very action, and it's very silly, and it's also not like any peril is very, very safe peril.
For that reason, I found it like while I had fun, it did drag a bit because there are only like so many times you can do essentially the same plot point over and over again before it does start to feel a bit slow and a bit long, even though there are still entertaining bits in it.
Flabby as hell in the middle. Like the second act is very, very flabby.
Yes. Yes. The meeting.
But it's not a long film.
No, it's only 90 minutes. But like the whole part of like meeting this new crew and I guess trying to break the ice with that and move forward is a bit of a slog. A little frustrating.
And my problem with it is that the characters aren't anywhere near as entertaining as I think they are.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, that's kind of, I think, apart from the obvious, marketing opportunity of socks, which was literally written as something that could be funny. Everyone else was adequate, but not engaging. I think the thing is that Lightyear as a character, like Buzz, is an engaging character because it's the troubled hero, It's the hero that fails immediately that has to redeem themselves. So it's a character arc that you can follow with very easily and go through all of that. Everyone else that's sort of introduced is good concepts, sort of a bit lazy. Does that make sense?
Because it was weird. Like you start the film and you have a cast of characters and you kind of grow with them up until a certain point, and then it's like, oh, forget all that. Now we've got these new ones, and we have to try and build that rapport again with you in a shorter amount of time. And it's like, nah. And
also they become quite as Amy said in the chat, they're archetypal, but they are kind of a bit cookie cutter. Like Taika Waititi's character, he's essentially...
I expected so much more from that character.
Me too.
Wait, what was his name?
Yes.
What were any of their names?
There was ex-con, guy who can't do anything right, and granddaughter of character we cared about.
Yeah. Alicia's granddaughter.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And socks.
Look, I watched the movie once.
Mm.
Queenie, you saw it twice and you still don't remember?
No,
Oh.
I know that the characters are, there and they're cool and everything like that, but
I mean, you don't
I
remember
really couldn't tell
feathering
you.
Hamstan?
Actually, he is the one that I do remember because the rookie Featheringham
Yeah, that
is
was good.
actually a really funny opening joke. So that one works. But so who have we got? We've got Mo Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Izzy
Mo
Hawthorne.
Morrison, Izzy Hawthorne, and Darby Steele.
Hmm.
They're really not
Yeah.
characters that you latch onto at all.
I mean, they're
I
kind
don't
of
want to
fun.
buy the action figure.
Mm.
No, I mean, they're kind of fun. Like, I found that I enjoyed each one of them, but yeah, it was quite literally like, hey, it's the Happy Meal version of people. It's like, it's cool. I buy one because it's easily digestible and I could just have it. And then after a while, I'm like, that was fun. Throw it in the trash. I don't need these characters anymore. None of them really had any growth either, which was just kind of one of those things. It was like,
Izzy gets a little bit. Izzy gets the growth of,
Sure.
of being afraid of space and then not being afraid of space.
Yeah.
which makes it hard to do a movie about a test pilot in space. But this is also one of those strange things where, Buzz is supposed to be a test pilot and then he gets grounded pretty much for the entire thing. And it's like, oh, cool. Well, like it's set on one planet. Like that's the whole
I would
kind of
say
thing.
that he does
His
a
whole
lot of
thing
test
is
piloting.
not being a test pilot. He volunteered to test pilot to try to get them off the planet, but he wasn't a test pilot. From
Sure.
the
I mean,
beginning.
he's a space ranger. I
Yeah.
probably only one of the types of rangers that we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just to remind everyone that we still have a whole other movie to talk about.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Well, we just kind of dive straight into spoilers without going into the spoiler section.
Sure, that's okay.
Yeah.
Would you like me to transition to a clip of Lightyear and then come back and give it a rating, and then we'll go to the next film? How's
Sounds
that
good.
sound?
Yes,
All
good
right, then.
plan.
Let's have a look at the worst character on Lightyear, Socks.
Oh, hey, no.
Hello, Buzz. I am Socks, your personal companion robot.
My what?
I was issued by Star Command to ease your emotional transition after your time away.
Oh, well, that's very considerate of you, robot feline, but no thank you.
I'm afraid it's protocol. Sensors indicate you've missed 4 birthdays. Would you like a frosted snack cake to celebrate?
Negative. That would compromise my nutritional regimen.
We can talk about your feelings. I am an excellent listener.
No, look. I've had a very long day. It did not go as planned.
The mission was unsuccessful?
Affirmative.
Oh no, I am so sorry to hear that.
Thank you, Socks.
You're welcome, Buzz. Shall we play a game?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? I can create a game specifically for you, based on your exact personality profile.
Hey, listen, Socks, buddy, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the rack.
Of course. I can provide sleep sounds if you like. I have several options. Summer night, ocean paradise, whale calls.
No. White noise is fine.
Very well.
Good night, Socks.
Good night, Buzz.
So sure.
It's funny. It's easy, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't laugh at any of the Socks moments, Dion.
Yeah, I love
Not
it.
even I bought you 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the bit. That was the bit that
Mhm.
cinched the deal for me because I was like, oh, I don't know about this socks.
I like
the
basic.
trank chart. I'm like,
Mhm.
yes.
I did like basic programming, like robot intelligence that's given a task that is exponentially programmed to try and solve, and it takes 100 years. And it's like,
Yeah.
sure, I solved it. You've been gone quite a long time, and it took me 100 years, but like, it's great, yeah. And Socks develops a personality, and that's all great, and it becomes its own little character. And I like that bit, but yeah, also, there is absolutely no way that Socks wouldn't have been turned into a toy to come with Buzz Lightyear.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way they could have done that was to kill Socks in the Lightyear movie, and that would have decimated every marketing opportunity they had. So they just didn't do it. But yeah. Anyway, Yeah, look,
Right. Do you have a rating for it? Because I mean, look, there's a lot that you could go into there. We could go into further spoilers and everything like that. But honestly, it's not that deep a film.
I don't think we need to spoil it.
It's
more than we have.
more than we have. Like we don't need to go out there and watch it. Is it worth the fuck? How much is it now? $26 to go for an adult ticket to
on
go to
a
the
Monday
movie?
at a Palace. It's 12.
There you go. Go and find a cheap cinema.
I'm so
was that?
pissed off.
Fiona's just so cranky tonight.
He's
Now
got
we're on the exorbitant price of movie tickets these days.
strong old man
Get off
energy.
my lawn.
You should have seen him at work today. God, he was just amazing.
Sure. 12. I'm giving Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
no, it's not
Get
that bad.
out.
Look, I'd give it a 75. It was completely nice and normal and fine, and I had a good time. I had a good time with it, but again, it's kind of trash. Like it's got not a lot of substance. It's just kind of fast food, and that's okay because is it beautiful? Fuck yes, great animation. Do all the voice cast go through it? Yes, it's fine. It's really quite nice hearing Josh Brolin and Chris. Sorry, the good Chris.
No, it's not Josh Brolin. It's the older Brolin.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's Brolin.
It's
I thought it was
Josh Brolin's dad.
oh James Brolin.
James Brolin.
That's right. Sorry. Well, still a
Was it?
Brolin.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
thought it was Josh
he's
Brolin.
gone Brolin. Say what? Next.
Oh God. Look, I was already picked out 75, so I'm going 75 as well.
Okay.
I also had already picked out 75. I'm going 76 because I feel like I liked it a bit more than Dion did.
Yep.
Love it. It's just a straight 3/4. Like that's all we need to say.
Yeah. Good.
Solid effort. Well done.
Yep. I have, after having watched it again, I found myself going, yes, it's fine. The cat does good things and is likable. But the second time through, I realized how completely unuseful the secondary characters are and how rarely any of their humor lands. So like Taika Waititi doing the Taika Waititi thing, and it just doesn't land. Like, he's got this whole thing about a pen and everything, and you're like, oh, that's it's not funny. It's just, and having Taika Waititi's voice does not automatically make a character funny.
No.
Well, it's
And
bullshit.
so-
Korg is immediately funny the entire time. I'm not even going there. Sorry.
So for me, it's 76 as well. It's slightly.
I love that everyone had a straight 75 and
So 75.5 now.
Yep.
rounded down to 75.
Okay, no, we've got a few other ones in there. So Doc Forrester 66, Nadsky 60, nice.
Yeah, okay, look, Lightyear, is it worth it? Sure. Am I going to buy the Lego? Probably. It's going to go down in price soon. I'll probably buy some
It
Lego.
was 20% off at Target on the weekend.
Up, Jill.
Tried to get you to buy it.
It's just all that. Okay, so should we go to the next film we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
I like that Peter's already getting the shoulders going for the theme song.
Well, no, but just remember.
I was anticipating it.
We're watching the trailer first, so just.
Okay.
What's the first thing that pops into your head when I say Chip and Dale? I bet it's these guys! But certainly the second would be those rascally cartoon chipmunks, Chip and Dale. What if I did something like...
I am into nuts.
Good, I love it.
Great stuff.
Just want to remind you guys I'll be at FanCon this afternoon. Hey, watch out! I'm keeping myself fit and, my updated modern look.
Don't you think you'd have more fans here if Chip did these events with you?
I hadn't thought about him in a while. I should give him a call. See how life's treating him.
Life is the worst, which is why you need good insurance. A message on my landline. I don't like that.
I know you're still mad about Rescue Rangers getting canceled, but I've just got a call from the police, and I need your help.
That my best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own
I searched the perimeter. No clues.
Why would there be? 6 missing tunes in a month and not one clue.
Oh, no!
Chip! Dale, you look different.
It's no secret I had the CGI surgery. What's been up with you?
You know, this, that, other vague things to fill the space of this conversation.
Cool.
We can see what we can find out and then pass it along to the officer. But that's all we're gonna do.
So you're saying the Rescue Rangers are back? Yes!
You two come poking around where you don't belong, and I can't have that.
Run!
I got him! What are you looking at?
Honestly, your weird dead eyes.
Over here!
Go get him!
This is awesome!
I was always more of an Alvin and the Chipmunks person.
You monster.
It was like professional.
Same time!
Jeez, you owe me a non-brand specific cola.
What? That was crazy!
Somebody call Facebook! This is incredible! We lost it.
Yes, you've lost it in this one. Well, what a film!
I was so disconcerted when it started. I was like, wait, what? No, everything I knew about Chip and Dale is completely gone out the window. What am I seeing? I don't know what is happening anymore. But then by the end of it, I'm like, okay, this is fucking hilarious.
I'm so glad you said that. I really am, because like this is one of those ones that I remember looking at the trailer and going, that could be hilarious, or it could be a fucking garbage fire of epic proportion.
I was leaning towards garbage fire because I was like, what did I just watch? Like the trailer was batshit insane. And so is the movie, to be honest.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, this is a garbage fire movie. It's just that it's like all good garbage fires, it keeps you warm at night and serves a purpose. Like, but it's still a garbage fire.
I don't know about that.
You're able to
liked it.
It had a story. It executed the plot. There's a lot of comedy.
It's
Ooh, that's hard.
it to me had a
There's a lot of
feeling.
Comedians in it.
Well, yes.
Not a lot of
Oh my
comedy.
God. Who invited the cynic tonight? Shit.
He's just so angry. He's like Mr. Potato Head, who's just left his angry eyes in.
I want to show myself out there.
No, please stick around. It makes it far more. I remember looking at the trailer and thinking, that's a bold move. Like if you're going to try and re-examine the rescue, like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, doing it as a kind of meta-narrative, failed, washed-up child actor story where it seems to be kind of like a murder mystery a la, is it the Happy Time Murders? The Muppet Murder?
Yeah.
Well, that was a stinker.
Oh yeah, I've never actually watched it, and I fucking love Muppets. So
and this one, it's sort of a cross between Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, if I wanted to see, failed sitcom 80s cartoon, tell me a life lesson, I just go watch BoJack Horseman.
Well, in some ways, I feel like this is like I can imagine BoJack is also happening somewhere just to the right of frame somewhere.
And I'm surprised that he wasn't in there in a cameo because everyone is in this fucking thing. Like everything is in this thing, and I don't understand how they got the
non-Disney owned
rights.
stuff is in this thing.
Yeah,
like
so
completely
much.
other studio stuff is in this thing.
Why did Batman show the fuck up?
Why was like all of Warner Brothers in this?
What the fuck is going on?
The licensing for it must have been fucking insane. But I mean, of all of the things to talk about a cartoon movie, the licensing, yeah, right. But it reminded me an awful lot of Ready Player One, in that whole thing of let's put as much shit into the frame as we can, so that even if you don't necessarily enjoy the film, there's still going to be heaps of shit for you to look at and go, oh, that's that guy, that's that guy, that's that guy. Oh, I remember them. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm totally fine with that.
Once I got across what they were trying to do, I was like,
Mm.
okay, so at least I know that every time someone turns up, they aren't going to act like you expect. And it is just going to be some kind of, weird parody. I'm like, fine. It's just that it never crossed that line into, I think, direct negatives. Like, yeah, it wasn't kind of hardcore stuff. So it was like, it wasn't actually an adult movie. Like, it wasn't playing to an adult side, but it had lots of in jokes. It was skirting that line really, really close. And that's why I think it worked. Like,
So you would have been much happier if Monterey Jack had actually been into hard drugs.
No, the cheese thing is great. Like, that's the whole, that's wonderful. It's literally heroin. It's just a metaphor.
Yeah.
Like, I get.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I don't need someone to come and do heroin. If I wanted to do that, I'd just go watch Meet the Feebles again. Which again, has anyone seen Meet the Feebles?
Yes.
See, look, Peter, Jill, just don't. Like, you don't want to watch that. Your Muppets will be ruined, even worse than the Happy Time Murders, which was a terrible R-rated Muppet movie.
Yeah. So, Peter, tell us your thoughts on this one, because you have thus far, and I know that you're not a big animated fan.
It wasn't unentertaining, but I couldn't shake a massive case of the butt-wise the entire way through.
Oh,
Why does this film exist? I don't understand why this film exists.
Someone smoked a crack cigarette and thought it was
Rachel
a good
Bloom's
idea.
husband, apparently. And I get it. I got it, and I had a giggle, and I really enjoyed some of the references and the super fun mixing of many animation styles in this one big strange melting pot, and the Cats reference.
I love the bit where they go into Uncanny Valley and they're just like, this is really weird down here. I don't like it. There are cats fighting over there.
I love that long conversation is like, I'm looking right at you. It's like,
yeah,
exactly. Seth Rogen is weird dead eyes.
With Polar Express eyes.
Exactly.
Like, it just somehow the whole thing just feels like a vehicle for jokes.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but it stopped. I didn't get like super invested in it while I was watching it for this reason.
No,
like, it's just a vehicle for many references, and that's fine.
You don't have to be super invested. You just have to be invested enough to understand that Chip and Dale had a beef with Alvin and the Chipmunks. And in this film, and they can. Because it's like it's like Toontown in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's all of these different cartoons that are in there, because everyone has those collective experiences, and this is just built on collective experiences of kids who've grown up now, and as adults, they're like, oh, I want to see all these things that I kind of remember that tickle the nostalgia gland, and make it work.
And there is a lot of that. And I what I thought was funny were the things that tickled the nostalgia bit. But then there'd be other bits that you're like, that is a weird thing to touch on. Like Tigra, the character from the 90s Avengers cartoon that most people don't remember. It's a fucking weird cut.
It's a deep fucking cut. And I had a great time watching that like convention aspect to it. Which was like,
I just about screamed when Ugly Sonic was there, and he banking his whole career on being the Sonic that was axed from the movie that never actually got to, be the star.
I did read.
And I love that they focus so heavily on his
Oh,
mouth.
the teeth.
And like, there's a bit where it zooms in super close, and you can see the little hairs and everything. And I was like,
I know. This movie made me so uncomfortable, but like, I couldn't help but laugh.
But that's why it kind of works, because I think there's an understanding or a collective experience now of getting there that it's an industry, and sometimes there are really high successes in the industry, and other times there are just kind of, grind out kind of places of industry. And I think Australia is finally catching up to where America was from like the 90s or the early 2000s, which is seeing these people trying to keep alive something that they did decades ago, and what that means for different people. Because, it's pretty cutthroat as that sort of, it's kind of like, here's the sausage factory now. Everyone enjoyed the sausage from ages ago. Now here's the factory behind it. And to replicate this as parody is funny to a certain extent and also really not funny in other places. Like, I mean, I was laughing at it, but some of that I was just like, some of this is a little too real if you start expanding that metaphor. And
And that's why I feel like some of the humor was actually quite clever, because it does cut a little close to the bone on like real life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every child star who, has had a bad, rest of life. And there is actually, I did a bit of research while I was watching, because there is an element to this that's actually quite dark and really not cool. And one of the parts of it, I'm not sure whether the writers either didn't do their research and should have, or did their research and realized they didn't care. But so one of the plot points of this one, and I don't spoilery, whatever, is that even Naughty Pete, or whatever the fuck his name is Peter Pan. Sweet Pete. Is Peter Pan, who's grown up and has, let himself go and is having not a good life. The dude who actually was the voice of Peter Pan in the original film ended up having a very, very bad life and killing himself.
Oh.
So after he did Peter Pan, he couldn't get work. And tried to do a bunch of other films and stuff like that, and got a drug addiction, and then ended up on the streets, and generally not a good end. And in that situation, you kind of look at this and go, I'm not sure, maybe I would have chosen a different character, perhaps.
Yeah. That's
Look, I mean, I can't, defend anyone's like decisions in making this, because I don't know what they did for like how they were. They were doing so much, they were throwing so much at the wall to see what would stick and what would be funny and how stuff would work. I'm not sure anyone really bothered to look too deep into it, but that's not really an excuse. Although I can definitely see why this didn't get a theatrical release. Which is just kind of strange.
Yeah, and it is like, when they first advertised it, I thought, oh wow, that's going into the cinema, fucking holy shit. And then it didn't, and I went, that's about what I expected. But yeah, like I also think there is something like the idea of it, this sort of semi-murder mystery, two friends who have fallen out of friendship, who need to come together and learn to be rescue rangers again. That's all very entertaining. But the core plot of what they're trying to save people from is this thing called bootlegging.
Yes.
And
I thought this storyline was kind of clever.
It's very clever.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, if there's anything that is more what Disney sees as evil.
Yes, exactly. It's something that threatens their income.
Exactly. IP infringement.
Yes.
The worst thing that could possibly happen is that you get turned into an IP infringing bootleg or ripoff of your own self.
I'm sorry about spoilers, but they ended up filming it in LA anyway, because they're going to film the real one and also control the bootleg knockoff version because they can. That's what monopoly. I mean, it was interesting. Like, I did read a little bit about this film, and that when it was originally like pitched and started to get marketing for it in 2014, it was a direct prequel to how did the Rescue Rangers get, like, how did they end up becoming Chippendale Rescue Rangers? And it wasn't until much later that they retooled the whole thing to be like, nah, let's do it more of a tongue-in-cheek piss take. So you can imagine the development and the licensing and the organization that had gone into arranging people, and then they've just turned it around and been like, let's make this completely, let's completely flip this kind of narrative around.
As a matter of interest, where are you all at with Rescue Rangers?
I love Rescue Rangers.
I used to watch
had
Rescue
all the
Rangers.
little toys and all that kind of shit.
Quinny, I'm at this part of Rescue Rangers.
Okay, keep
Okay,
going,
there
and
we
we
go.
get DCMA. So, you know.
We can
And then
sing over
Disney
it,
will
and
come
that's
for
fine.
us.
Oh no.
Chip and there, we're not saying anymore. But you know, you could be on that side, or you could be on the new remix side.
Oh, I thought, and I was thinking we were going to play out on that, but you know, whatever.
No, I
Okay.
refuse. I refuse to play out on that mindless cash grab. Just trying to just mine
Yeah.
the nostalgia forever. No,
All of the 90s Disney stuff was my favorite. So like Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, DuckTales, Gummy Bears, like
Yeah.
Gummy
that
Bears?
stuff was like, mwah. There was a gummy bear in this movie.
Oh, I missed the gummy bear.
Was he doing coke somewhere in the
No, it
background
was
of
the
a shot
one
or
with
something?
the one with the funny hat.
Oh, right. Okay. Because I every time there was a big crowd scene, it was a pause it and look to see what was in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and one of the ones, there was a gargoyle in there. I'm sure it's some, or are you just saying that gargoyles was awesome because it was? You know, pause it. I looked in one and I'm like, that'll be the Transformer blaster in the middle of a high school auditorium. Okay, cool, good.
Yep.
Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm
You
pretty
know?
sure you could freeze frame through the whole thing again just to find every single tiny little nod to something that someone liked.
Yes, yes. And I mean, that's kind of what the best part about the thing is. But did the overall plot work for you? Like, I get a feeling, Dion, you didn't love it, but
Why would you think that, Quinny?
I have no idea.
It was fine for me. I think I was so distracted by like going, what is happening? What is who? Oh my God, it's that thing. And there was a lot of distractions. Whether that was on purpose or not is to be decided. But I mean, I think I was still a little bit surprised by the plot twist in the end. And yeah. It was fine.
See, that's perfect. That's a perfect thing. I say, I too was watching this, going, "Oh my God, they're going weird places and they're doing weird stuff." And then, some plot. And then by the end, I was like, "It's done! Yay!"
Yeah. I think I was more hung up on like Chip and Dale sorting out their differences and coming back together as friends. That was the thing that I was most invested in.
I just
The
wanted
thing
to
is
see,
that there's nothing surprising about any moment of the plot. So it was plot, and it was plot that was constructed in a very traditional manner.
Yes.
I just wanted to see more of Gadget and Zipper and their family.
That was fucked up.
Turns out she does give a flying fuck.
But also,
yeah. Look, I also found it interesting that at the end, you know, you get to this point where the bad guy becomes this weird conglomerate of all these different concepts, and I was like, okay. Does he have Optimus Prime's leg? Yes, he does. And it transforms. Good. Okay. And yeah, like there were all these things that felt like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but perhaps without, like, if Roger Rabbit was a kind of comedy cartoon piss take on the noir genre, this is a cartoon piss take on the 90s detective genre.
Yeah.
And whether that works or not, I don't know.
That's a good point, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So Pete, where it was okay.
It was. I think it did what it set out to do. Like, I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's
like Dion is.
You know, I didn't think the plot was particularly surprising, but I don't think it was trying to be. You know, it was a fairly kind of paint by numbers plot, but so was every episode of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. So, like, you know, I don't think that it's bad writing. I think that everything is entirely intentional. I just couldn't shake that little itch between my shoulders of, but why am I watching this?
Because it was on the schedule.
Because we had to
made me.
review it.
Because
why does it exist? I don't understand. Did we need to do weird things with Chippendale? I don't.
So if it had been a traditional like remake of the Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Chippendale,
Peter, people have been doing weird things with the Chippendales for years.
yeah. I'm just glad there was never a point where they tried to make Chip or Dale one of the Chippendales.
It's called Rule 63, and I think you'll find that it probably exists.
It's just Dale in a bow tie.
I'm pretty sure they don't wear pants anyway. So
I like that bit. Like with a second shot of it, it's like somebody just going, "You're not Donald Duck. Put some pants on." But okay, yes. Oh,
Rule
okay,
34. Yeah. Thank you, Azzy.
It's a rule.
I was close. I was close.
Yeah, one of those. Oh, sorry, he did star with the Chippendale. Sorry, I forgot that bit. Okay, and there were elements that I was like, oh, okay, like the ugly Sonic. I thought that's a funny kind of gag.
Funny.
But then for it to be a recurring gag that they came back to, I was like, oh, okay. You know, the Seth Rogen jokes. I was like,
just have his laugh keep coming in with all the different characters. Like okay,
that he's
that's
ever
kinda funny.
voiced, and you're like, oh, okay, that's bizarre.
I
and
fucking
weird.
also love that they got the Coca-Cola polar bear.
Yeah, that was really
And who
weird.
just kept and Baloo.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
all of that kind of stuff was just like that's kind of funny. Like I can see that.
Mhm. And that, you know, in the background of a shot, you've got an animated car, but then next to it is one of the cars from Cars,
Mm.
you know, dropping its kid car off somewhere. And you're like, this world is fucking weird. And then you've got a character who's claymation. And you're like, what are the rules? And that is one of the things that I think is fascinating. What are the rules of this world?
Yeah, there
There are no
Horrifying.
rules, and that's fun. Like I didn't mind that, and I actually, really enjoyed that concept of like let's throw every visual style we can think of. And I really kind of, I liked the commentary, I guess, on all of these 3D remakes that are going on of old properties, most of which I haven't seen, because I just feel like it would be weird to see Lion King like that. But it's a fun nod to those things. It's fun. I'm not mad at it. It's fine.
And thank you, Rob, for reminding me of all of those stupid ass posters and trailers throughout, like Batman versus E.T.
Yes. So weird.
Mr. Doubtfire. All that kind of shit I dig. But sorry, I did ask the question. Would this have worked better if this had been a traditional remake of Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
I mean, I enjoyed the reboot DuckTales series that they did. So if they maybe kept it in line with that, just kind of modernized it a bit, I would definitely 100% have watched it. But it doesn't exist, so I couldn't tell you what the plot would be or anything like that.
Yeah, you're suggesting a very different thing, Quinny.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever an intention to actually reboot Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Well, but that's what I find interesting, because everybody is looking to the past now, and we're going, okay, what of these nostalgia things can we dig into the nostalgia mind, draw it out, and turn it into something, repackage it, and sell it to a new generation. And I think this one's really interesting because they've looked at it and gone, can we drag Chippendale Rescue Rangers out of the past, put it into the new generation, and turn it into something so? Well, no, we can't do that.
Or we could have, but let's go in a different direction and make it like sell to the, instead of trying to recapture the parents' nostalgia to get the children into it, just attack the parents' nostalgia, make it a spoof. And and get it out there in a way to go, hey, did you watch that? It was fucked up. Like there's nothing about this.
Yeah.
You don't say, you don't sell this to people who are going, oh yeah, it's a great, like, cool film about if it was real. It's like, no, they just fucking threw everything out there, and they had no rules about who they could attack or they couldn't, and they just joked hard at it.
Yeah, I think the thing is, when there's a property that they want to bring back, the pitch goes out to everybody, and then all the scripts come in, and then they pick the one that they think is going to work. And whoever picked this crack baby is one sick puppy at Disney.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, they still made movie 43 or that other one, that Sausage Party. Like, I mean,
Oh no! Why did you make me remember that existed?
I was surprised that none of the characters from Sausage
What about
Party turned up.
Emoji Movie?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, see, they can make that stuff. Or or Angry Birds, the movie. Like, I mean, all of this shit exists.
Why wasn't that stuff in this one?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't the background. I mean, when Mr. fucking no, not Mr. Garrison, one of the characters from South Park is in the sauna at one point,
right?
And you're like, fucking righto, okay, everything's on the table.
It's just, yeah.
The thing I kind of find myself comparing this to, and like whether you, it's fucking weird. There's no two ways about it. But the other thing that came out in a similar time period that I think is similarly intentioned would be the Space Jam sequel.
Oh yeah.
And that's a film that is all about going back and trying to do something from the past and doing it again, and then shamelessly diving into nostalgia and IP and catalog and all that kind of stuff, and just throwing shit at a screen and going, do you recognize this? You know, there's a basketball sequence where you've got characters from a horror movie that are like these nuns from a 70s fucking Argento horror movie standing next to characters from A Clockwork Orange in the crowd. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's Space Jam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just double checking there for a second.
I was just like, did I lose the thread of the conversation for a second there? Are we still talking about
I don't
Space
remember
Jam?
the Droogs in
They are standing beside the fucking
in the second
basketball.
one. We're talking about the second one.
Yeah, Space Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Legacy.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
No, Space Jam Legacy, the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one where they did the weird shit.
And that's the thing. Like if you look at this next to that, you've got two things that are both doing the same thing, which are digging into nostalgia and flinging it at a screen. But I think this one does it with a certain amount of love, or at least a certain knowing kind of, you get it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one is just like, fucking have it.
Yeah. This one's more a little wink and a nod, and yeah.
Okay.
Rate it.
Ooh.
Shall I go first? I'll
Sure.
go first.
Yes, please do.
So I gave Lightyear 75. I'm gonna give this one 80. I liked it more than Lightyear, but only because it was insane. And yeah, the first 10 minutes I was very uncomfortable because it spun everything on its head that I knew about Chip and Dale, or just life. And then I was on board, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is wild. I'm just here for the laughs, and I had a fun time.
Nice. I'm actually very much on board with you on that one. I will go next. I'd rated 85. I had a lot of fun. like I know you kind of horrified, but like I watched it and I laughed and I thought that's goofy and fucking weird, and like every time something appeared on the screen that I went, what the fuck are you doing there? that just worked for me. And so I mean, am I going to look back on it in the same way that I look back on Ready Player One? Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. It still felt like there was an amount of kind of care and love in there. Okay. Go on. Somebody else do a rating.
Dion's face. I think Dion's face is doing the rating. Without Dion having to say anything, which is fine.
I can't put that into the thing, though.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm going to say. You go, Peter.
It's hard. I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed watching this less than I enjoyed watching Lightyear. So we'll go under 76. What was the last thing that I just wasn't mad at? That weird Matrix movie. What did I give that? Like 69, 70?
That Matrix 4. Fuck, you were generous.
I wonder if I was like over generous with it, but I was like, that was terrible.
Pretty sure I only gave it a 12, but okay.
maybe I rated it lower. It's 68.
Okay.
I just didn't engage. Like I get it, but I didn't engage with it.
You don't
that
have to.
well.
Yeah.
I like that the chat is now also rating things Dion's face out of 100.
Perfect. It's all
Yes.
I live to give.
No notes.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. He does need some North
I'm just
Star
going to
Wars.
stare bleakly at the screen going, here I am judging you. Oh, God. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. A completely bland entertainment for anyone who doesn't or hasn't seen any of this stuff. The only reason it's funny is because of the references that it has, that it goes through. Like, yeah, the only reason I enjoyed it because I got almost every single one of those references, and I was like, wow, that's kind of like a movie full of deep cuts. But again, is that good enough to put a whole movie through? Not really. When I go back and thought about it, I was like, this movie is like absolutely kind of terrible. And the only reason I was having a good time is because I was getting all of these kind of deep cut nerdy jokes, and that they were self-referential and tongue-in-cheek, So I kind of like, I had a nice time watching it, but also I'm kind of like, oh man, I couldn't really give it any more than 50. Like, it's just right on the fence. It's like, could I recommend it to people? I'm like, no. Am I going to see it again? Probably not. I don't really. But then, unlike Ready Player One, where I had a great time watching it, and then I came back and sat down, let it digest, and I went, wow, that was terrible.
So when your spirit left your body, that was the one that reviewed the movie.
Sure. I'm happy to get up and I'm happy to go to a thing and enjoy stuff and be like, this is great. And then later when I go back and pass it and go like, wait. No, that was real bad. That was dumb.
I always tend to rate based on my level of enjoyment rather than based on any form of critical analysis. Like, did I have fun watching this movie? Yeah.
Did I have fun?
I love that it's a rating.
Bits of it gave me a giggle. Do I think it's a marvelously, put together film that's going to make any textbooks on filmmaking? No. No, not at all. That's fine.
It's the way the voice modulates. No. Nothing good comes from angling up at the end of a word. Yes. Oh dear. Look, congratulations. We've gone through what actually has turned out to be 2 very mediocre Disney films. But also slightly entertaining, but also kind of mediocre. But that's all right. We're allowed to.
Yeah.
And we're just biding our time until we talk about Thor.
This is true.
Which is soon, by the way, because we're at the end of the month and we haven't released the schedule for July yet.
No. What a nice hat you have.
Yeah. Where did you get that hat, Jill?
I got it at the premiere.
You're supposed to say only at the show.
Carpet premiere.
Ooh. Was the carpet actually red?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Sometimes at those things they don't have red carpet. It's like,
did the carpet match the drapes? Hang on, no.
Oh, whoa.
Now that's a little bit too much information for you.
No, I was talking about there were curtains. There were like what? No, anyway.
Did you
it's
get
a cinema.
Doth your mother know you weareth her drapes?
Did you get to see my mates Tykes and Hemo?
I fucking did. They came in and spoke about the movie. They answered a few questions.
They were talking about the movie, were they?
Yeah.
They're talking about the movie.
He's from that movie. I didn't get to see them on the red carpet, but they came into our screening before the movie started and they did chat. So that was nice. Apparently Luke Hemsworth was there as well. Didn't spot him.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh.
They're only allowed one photographer per Hemsworth brother, so it's just kind of like They can only focus on one at a time. It's just not how they work. What have we got coming up then that we're reviewing soon?
Well, Friday night we've got Animates, our Pride Month, even though it'll be after the Pride Month. But that's
only
okay.
just.
We tried.
It's still
Yes.
Pride Month in the Northern Hemisphere.
Sure. Yes.
Okay, let's go with that.
There you go.
Why
Like
not?
time
We're sneaking
zones.
it in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still Pride Month on there.
I wouldn't say the Northern Hemisphere, but like the Western Hemisphere from us.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The top half. There are parts of the top half that are in our time zone.
Much like Pride.
Yeah. Whether you're a top half or a bottom half, it's fine.
Some for the
as,
power.
as Amy says, be there or be straight.
And then next Tuesday, what are we talking about? Just so people can get ahead before I put the schedule up, which I really
I actually
should
don't
do.
know, Dion.
Made for
don't
Love,
remember.
and there's two
Oh,
seasons
Jesus
of it on
Christ.
stand, so you best get in.
Yeah. Have you
I-
fucking started watching it yet, or
I have.
what? Oh,
I
good.
have watched,
Good.
5 or 6 episodes. I'm really enjoying it.
I have
Very
not.
interesting.
So thanks.
Oh,
Peter.
Dion.
I need to do a lot of cramming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Made for Love.
Yes, you
Is
do.
that about a poor, toy maker named Geppetto?
It's the Pinocchio reboot. Surprise!
But this is the Del Toro Pinocchio reboot, so it's dark and weird.
Yeah, and we'll get back. That's coming up next Tuesday. So good luck
Mhm.
to people who haven't seen it or need to try and cram through, like me. I can do it on a weekend. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
I'm only playing D&D. That doesn't take very long. Get that D&D
No.
done in about 2 hours, and then go straight back and watching television.
Also, I imagine that a lot of people will be struggling to find time because they also have to watch the final 2 episodes of Stranger Things.
Is it just 2?
Yes.
This weekend.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
I
it.
would have to wait longer for that.
We're canceling D&D.
July 1st, my darlings.
What a weird little gap they've done.
oh.
I think it's a very, very interesting, and I know that we're running out of time and everything, but I think it's a really interesting marketing tool to go, here's your first 7 episodes or whatever it was, and now we're going to take a 3 to 4 week break to make sure that everybody's caught up and
But
that the
you know
conversation
what?
has all come to the
Should we
same
shit
point.
can Made for Love and just do Stranger Things season 4?
No.
Because I've seen.
Could be a marketing ploy, or it could be the last 2 episodes weren't quite ready to deliver yet ploy. Who knows?
A distinct possibility. Yes, only 2 episodes, but one of them is an hour and 30 and the other one is 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
That could have been more than 2 episodes, guys.
mhm.
Ain't
So,
nobody got time for that.
yeah.
But that's my
Um,
thing, though. I like to do that with a binge. Like, if I'm not going to quite get through all 10 episodes, I'll save the last 2.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the penultimate one's always going to lead into the final, and I can't have a break between those 2. So it's always safe to save the last 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they are usually a 2-parter.
Yeah.
They feel like they are the story. Rob Franklin's asking the question, "What is Made for Love, and where do I watch it?" It is on Stan. A brief, vague synopsis, Pete.
It is.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a kind of a dystopian, futuristic take on bad husbands and narcissistic sociopaths.
Yeah, it's like
It's a bit Black Mirror.
It's more of a factual story about Mark Zuckerberg and his trapped wife.
Yeah.
It's half-hour comedy, so it's pretty easy to digest. They're only 26-minute episodes, but yeah, it's sci-fi kind of, but yeah, very much about controlling partners and yeah,
And
It's
narcissistic
dark.
sociopaths.
Definitely
you
not.
know, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit Kangaroo also brings up Midwich Cuckoos, which I have watched all of, and it is a very interesting watch.
Cool.
Yeah, it's around. It's on from Sky, so it's a British series.
I like
based.
Keely Dawes, so I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah, it's an interesting, very British sci-fi. It's got that kind of British small town village kind of attitude, but at the same time, it's still kind of creepy and horror and it's fun. So yeah. Right. Okay. I think that's us. And now the chat gets really excited and starts talking about all the things we should be watching. We've got a lot to decide about what we're doing for July, but I guarantee you
No,
that
we don't. It's
okay.
already set.
Is it?
Yes, it's in the calendar. Fuck's sake.
Did it last month.
I have no idea what you're
All
talking
done.
about.
It's all
We might have to
sorted.
we might have to sort out maybe August will have to be a bunch of twofers to catch up for everything. We'll have to do rapid
Maybe
fire.
I was just telling them. Maybe this was all just trying to make it look like we're being.
Whoops. Wink, wink.
Pull back the fucking curtain and there's me peddling.
Speaking of
Anyway.
peddling, thanks everyone. We'll see you on Friday, or I'll see you on next Tuesday for Made for Love. Make sense?
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going out.
I'll
We're
just
going to
say,
go out.
Well, you've got a song that we should definitely go out with, but
Yeah, I'll
just
add that
say-
into the podcast. You don't get that on the live stream.
Oh, okay.
Too much. Too much.
It's a bonus.
I don't want to have to press the button. It's all the way there.
Okay, well, shall we go and raid Barjo?
Sure, we'll go raid that. We'll have fun. Okay.
Yeah. Is he
Thanks,
there
everyone.
tonight?
Yeah, he's there. Well, maybe. Who knows?
See you all. Bye.
Goodbye.
I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. See, powered girl keeps staring at her face, and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. With martial arts from Iron Fist and Wong, I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers Assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Date Emma Frost and have her read my mind. Or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we catch a symphony. It'll just be her and me. Call Bucky Barnes and arm wrestle for hours. There's NMA and bring her lots of flowers. Oh, call Hellboy up and learn to smoke cigars. Be Tony Stark at all the trendy bars. It'd be a guy's night out. We'd make that wolf pack out. I'd run with Flash and do a marathon. Vacation to the Savage Land for fun. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of. I wanna live in a world full of heroes. Have NPR and CNN describe the latest team. I wanna tuck my kids inside and read them stories of superhuman glory while the sleepy faces beam. I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. Deep-powered girl keeps staring at her face and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. When martial arts from Iron Fist and Wall, I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers Assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Date Emma Frost and have her read my mind, or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we catch a symphony. It'll just be her and me. Call Bucky Barnes and arm wrestle for hours. This NMA and bring her lots of flowers. Oh, be Tony Stark at all the trendy bars, and be a guy's night out. We'd make that wolf pack out. I'd run with Flash and do a marathon. Vacation to the Savage Land for fun. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of. I wanna live in a world full of heroes. Have NPR and CNN describe the latest team. I wanna tuck my kids inside and read them stories of superhuman glory while the sleepy faces beam. Live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. Deep-powered girl keeps staring at her face and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. When martial arts from Iron Fist and Wall, I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers Assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Date Emma Frost and have her read my mind, or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we catch a symphony. It'll just be her and me. Call Bucky Barnes and arm wrestle for hours. This NMA and bring her lots of flowers. Oh, be Tony Stark at all the trendy bars, and be a guy's night out. We'd make that wolf pack out. I'd run with Flash and do a marathon. Vacation to the Savage Land for fun. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of. I wanna live in a world full of heroes. Have NPR and CNN describe the latest team. tuck my keys inside and read them stories of superhuman glory while the sleepy faces beam. Zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. See, powered girl keep staring at her face, and call Colossus and have 'em teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. Martial arts from Iron Fist and Wall. I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Say Emma Frost and have her read my mind. Or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we catch a symphony. It'll just be her and me. Call Bucky Barnes and arm wrestle for hours. There's NMA and bring her lots of flowers. Oh, at all the trendy bars, it'd be a guy's night out. We'd make that wolf pack out. I'd run with Flash and do a marathon. Vacation to the Savage Land for fun. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of. I wanna live in a world full of heroes. Have NPR and CNN describe the latest team. I wanna tuck my kids inside and read them stories of superhuman glory while the sleepy faces beam. Zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. See, powered girl keep staring at her face, and call Colossus and have 'em teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. Martial arts from Iron Fist and Wall. I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Emma Frost and have her read my mind. Or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we catch a symphony. It'll just be her and me. Call Bucky Barnes and arm wrestle for hours. There's NMA and bring her lots of flowers. Oh, that wolf pack now. I'd run with Flash and do a marathon. Vacation to the savage land for fun. Why? I wanna live in a world full of. I wanna live in a world full of heroes. Have NPR and CNN describe the latest team. I wanna tuck my kids inside and read them stories of superhuman glory while the sleepy faces beam. Go! I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not sit here counting zeros in a cubicle downtown. I wanna look out my window, see 'em flying, and swing across the horizon as I cheer 'em on so proud. Deep-powered girl keeps staring at her face, and call Colossus and have him teach me ways, and then we'd exercise. I'd be one of the guys. With martial arts from iron fist and wall, I'll dance her up and teach her all my songs. Oh, I wanna live in a world full of heroes, not cooking up these heroes at my parents' restaurant now. I wanna yell out Avengers assemble, not order up for Ethel. Yeah, we're right up cheeky now. Say Emma Frost and have her read my mind, or Magdalena, her artifacts I find, and then we